The Shikani Speaking Valve is a cutting-edge product that can increase the quality of life for your tracheotomy patients. With this unique valve, the patient and clinician have complete control over how airflow is directed into the upper airway. Depending on how you turn the valve, it can either function as a bias open valve or a bias closed valve. If you place the notch in the 12 o'clock position, the valve functions as a bias open valve. In this position, the patient breathes through the tracheostomy tube as if they're not wearing a valve until they go to voice. When they want to voice, the normal exhalation forces that we all use to voice seals the valve and redirects air into the upper airway. Voicing with the valve in the bias open position is completely intuitive, and pediatric patients can easily learn to voice using the valve in this position without any instruction. The bias open position is crucial for patients with unique anatomy or severely compromised respiratory function who cannot tolerate every single breath through the upper airway. It is also an excellent starting position and has been found to decrease anxiety and increase initial acceptance towards wearing a speaking valve for patients of all ages. If you place the notch in the 6 o'clock position, the valve functions as a bias closed valve. In this position, every breath is redirected into the upper airway. This position is excellent for patients who are working toward weaning from their tracheostomy tube or patients who are on a PO diet and wish to increase subglottic pressure for swallowing. Many times, patients initially use the valve in the bias open position and eventually transition to the bias closed position as their respiratory status improves and they feel more comfortable wearing a speaking valve. Due to the flexibility of the Shikani speaking valve, many patients who have never tolerated a speaking valve before can use the Shikani speaking valve. After using the Shikani speaking valve, you'll find that the flexibility and decreased resistance of this valve cannot be matched. For more information about the Shikani speaking valve and other products from the Airway Company, please visit theairwaycompany.com.